Hi everybody, and welcome to a short video that I put together for you to talk about software updates and what we do for you, the OneLaunch user, on your behalf to make sure things are safe and secure at all times within OneLaunch, and also that you have the latest and greatest features that OneLaunch has to offer. So I want to talk a bit about our process and our update process. First and foremost, we're always building new and improved features and functionality into the OneLaunch app, into the dock itself, into our apps library, and into the Chromium browser as well. Those releases of new features are present in new installations or new releases, new versions of our software all the time, every couple of weeks. But if you're an old user of OneLaunch and you've had OneLaunch for a few months, you don't necessarily get that new stuff that we just released to new users and new downloads of OneLaunch until an update. So a software update is when we actually will give you the latest and greatest on your machine in a software update where we're going to update the version that you had present on your computer, and we're going to update it to the latest and greatest on your behalf. And another reason this is super important, not just for getting the latest and greatest of OneLaunch, we want to make sure that your Chromium browser that we package in the OneLaunch app is up to date and secure. So I want to show you what I'm talking about exactly. I'm just going to open up our OneLaunch browser here. Here we are on our home page, our new tab page, and you can go to the three-dot menu and you can click down to About OneLaunch in the settings, and it's here in the About OneLaunch section that you see currently I'm on 112, and this is referring to the version of Chromium. And Chromium, it's the open source browser behind Chrome, one of the biggest, best browsers in the world. That's what we're using to power the search and browsing experience in OneLaunch. And there's a humongous team behind the Chromium project that are always working to improve the browser, fix it if there's problems, keep it secure, keep it up to date. So every time that Chromium team improves their Chromium browser, we at the OneLaunch team want to do a good job to follow in their footsteps, respect the changes that they've made to Chromium, and actually make them and apply them and update them in our own Chromium browser as well. The process of us doing our best to keep up to date with Chromium in our own custom Chromium browser is called rebasing. And we're often rebasing to the latest version or close of Chromium to keep the best features available for you. The tricky part of all of this is that Chromium team is big and fast, and they're releasing new versions of Chromium all the time. So it is very hard to keep up, but we do our utmost. So you can see here, and just go back to the settings in OneLaunch, you can see that currently this build that I'm on right now is 112, and you can go to chromium-appspot.com/schedule. This is the Chromium browser release schedule. How often is the Chromium browser team releasing new versions of Chromium and improving them over time? So you see the version that I'm on. It's a couple of months old. It's from probably, let's see. So the stable release, when it was good and stable and ready to really be released, was the beginning of April 4th. So April, May, June, July, so about 4 months ago it was released as a stable build. And since then, you can see that the Chromium team has been busy building with 113, 114. We can go next. 115, 116. Oops. And I'm going to go back. I've gone into the future. Scrolling down. It looks like currently there's a feature freeze, but they're planning to get going on version 117 very quickly. our team right now is just finishing off the polishing touches of releasing 115. And what I wanted to share with you all is we, at a minimum, do a software update to all of our users. We do this silently for you on your behalf, so you don't have to worry about a thing. You don't have to do anything manually on your end. We make sure that you are secure and up to date with a software update of OneLaunch, inclusive of a very recent version of Chromium, is done once per quarter. So once every 3 months, you're going to be updated to a new and improved and more safe and secure version of OneLaunch and our very own Chromium browser in the app. So we're always kind of chasing behind this Chromium team, doing our best to stay up to date. Always a little bit behind because it's impossible to be as fast as they are, but we're doing our best. So yeah, I think that's kind of the story of our ability and our goals and process for software updates. As a quick summary, we're always every couple of weeks releasing new versions of OneLaunch with new and improved features and functionalities for new users that are downloading our application from our website or marketing landing pages. And then roughly once per quarter, once every 3 months, we're doing a big software update to all of our old users, our user base, to make sure they also get a ton of the new and improved features, functionality that we've added to the app, and a new upgraded Chromium version in the OneLaunch app packaged in to make sure Chromium as well is safe, secure, up to date, and full of the latest and greatest features and functionality. So I hope this makes sense. I talked a ton in this video, but I did want to give you a sense as our user, just what our process is in keeping you up to date. If you have any questions on that, please reach out and email us at support@onelaunch.com. Thank you very much for watching.